Let me say that it's been 20 years or so that Congress has tried sanctions. We haven't done as well as I would hope, but in the 90s, John Kyle and I coordinated an effort in the Senate and the House to block the Russians from helping Iran's missile industry. Would that we had succeeded. Congress has ramped up sanctions on a bipartisan basis. Now there are new bills introduced by Evan Bayh in the Senate and Howard Berman in the House to block the import of refined petroleum products. This is where Iran is particularly vulnerable, especially now that oil is low. And I think our goal must be to have a limited window for one more diplomatic effort, Jim, in my view, but to do it from a point of strength. And our point of strength is to ramp up U.S. Economic sanctions and work with the world community, those who will cooperate, but especially try to get China, which uses Iran as a gas tank, to cooperate, because this is in China's interest to ramp up worldwide sanctions at the same time. If this window closes and we have tried everything else, I favor leaving the military option on the table as a last resort. I think it is a possible outcome, but I think there is actually more going on inside Iran than that question implies. For one thing, the Persian population in Iran is not a majority. It is a plurality. There are many different, diverse, and disagreeing populations inside Iran. And an obvious strategy, which I believe is a very good strategy, is to work to separate those populations. Second of all, the economy of Iran is in pretty bad shape. That is why increased sanctions, and especially sanctions on refined petroleum products, goes for the jugular of the military and elected and religious leadership of Iran. So let's factor that in. As President Obama has said, and I agree, we are not at war with the Iranian people. And they would like, I think most of them would like, a very different government. So who's in charge? I do think the religious leadership is in charge. And those are the folks, if we have a negotiation, that we have to talk to. Ahmadinejad is a hothead. Of course, his remarks to me, the daughter of a refugee from Nazi Germany, are personally and profoundly offensive. But getting past that to trying to be pragmatic, thinking about a way to stop this nuclear bomb problem, I think we should be talking to the religious leadership of the country and working to separate the population of the country so that it can hopefully increasingly resist the kind of terrible leadership it has.
We have a lot to get to. We have to take a...
First of all, I strongly agree. Second of all, I think a key to that is in something Robert Satloff said before, which is now, for the first time, many Arab states fear what they call the Shia Crescent. And there is an alignment of interest against Iran. I thought it was meaningful a few weeks ago that Morocco broke off diplomatic relationships with Iran. And I think it is very meaningful that Egyptian President Mubarak is furious about the presence of Hezbollah in Egypt, trying to destabilize tourist sites and to help with the devious imports of more armament into Gaza. So I think you just add them up. Morocco, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, which is absolutely furious, Bahrain, UAE, Jordan. King Abdullah was here just a week ago talking about this. Put that alignment of interest together. Some of these countries produce oil, some don't. And I think the opportunity for us to finally produce a juggernaut around the neck of oil is there, and this is the time to move. And needs to be, to make the Palestinian Authority and Fatah a more capable partner for peace. I think everyone would agree that Salam Fayyad is a very capable partner for peace, but he doesn't have an adequate political model citizen, and there isn't a deep bench there. So I think our goal should be to strengthen his hand and build more leadership. I just want to salute a development that I have seen twice this year. I've made 24 trips to the region as a member of Congress, and 2 of them are this calendar year. I was in the West Bank twice, in Jericho, seeing the progress made under U.S. General Keith Dayton's program, aided by the Jordanians, to strengthen the Palestinian Security Force. There now is a 1,000-man force countrywide and a presidential guard which kept peace on the West Bank during the Gaza incursion, and also, I was told, have gone into some of the refugee camps around Ramallah for the first time in 20 years. No one has gone into those camps to round up what they call criminals and terrorists. This is a building block, bottom-up building block, to strengthen the Palestinian Authority. And Prime Minister Netanyahu agrees. He thinks that, I've talked to him twice this year, that there may be room now to let the Palestinians handle security not just in Jericho, which is peaceful, but in Jenin and Hebron. So I just want to say that there's more we can do, the U.S., there's more Israel can do, and there's more that the Arab neighborhood can do to create a capable partner for peace. I think Israel's survival as a Jewish state depends on, at some point, the formation of a Palestinian state living in peace side by side with the Jewish state of Israel.